We're live now? Yeah? Okay, good. So we're live. Welcome to the London Buddhist Centre. My name's Jnanadaya. And today is I think it's the fourth or the fifth day we've been doing Qigong. So we're doing Qigong Tuesdays and Thursdays, yoga Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Yes, not yesterday, 2 days ago, we worked on the lung position. So we'll keep on working with the lung positions. It's particularly relevant at this time, but we'll start with the usual Qigong warm-ups, and I'll talk as we go along, so I'll explain a little bit more if you've not been to one of these classes before. If you have, I'll still explain what I'm doing. But yeah, very warm welcome. Nice to have you along. Okay, so to start off with, we'll just warm up by swinging the arms. And this is a pretty straightforward exercise, but a very good one. So the feet are hip width apart, knees slightly bent. And we're just going to swing the arms very, very kind of naturally. So the arm's not going above the heart, so we don't want to put any strain on the heart. So the arm's just kind of coming up and down. So I'll do it from the side as well. So it's just a very kind of nice, relaxing warm-up. So not introducing, well, in fact, throughout the whole class, we're really trying not to introduce any strain whatsoever. And if you can see my feet on the upswing, I'm raising my toes. So you might want to do that. That's just makes it a little bit more strenuous. You may not want to do it. So that's entirely up to you. So nice and relaxed. And we'll do this for about 10 minutes. So we've got quite a long class. It's quite a long class, particularly if you're new to Qigong. So we've got time to warm up well. And we'll do some lung postures, possibly do some internal stretching. And at the end, I'll introduce some things you can do whilst you're sitting down. So there's lots of opportunities to do Qigong even whilst you're sitting down. Good, so just swinging the arms nice and gentle. And I was saying on Tuesday that this was done in Chinese hospitals for quite a long time, just to help patients recuperate and gather strength. So what we're doing by swinging the arms is increasing the flow of blood throughout the body, but also helping qi, the internal energy, internal and external energy, just to flow around the body a bit more smoothly. It's also just a nice warm-up. So I've got David with me here today, so he's doing Qigong behind the camera. You can come around and say hello. So David's been doing loads of things at the London Buddhist Centre. Whilst most of us have been locked down, he's been carrying the load, so he's responsible for lots of the tech that's been going on, so he's done an amazing job. Good. I did watch the video back on Tuesday, and I remember somebody said to me, I was teaching Qigong on retreat, and they said, you keep looking down to your right a lot, and I was like, no, I don't do that. I must be looking at the clock or something, but I really noticed that I kind of glance down a lot to the right, so I don't know why. Lots of things that we do, I guess, or that I do that I'm just not aware of or deny. I'm sure there's more that you've picked up on. It's a nice, gentle swing of the arms. I just really like this. It's just I can feel at some point, I definitely feel like there's a warming up that's happened, or if I stop too early, it doesn't quite feel right. It's good for the shoulders. So with Qigong, we're working on Qi, which is, well, hard for me to describe, but It's an alternative to maybe more strenuous or seemingly strenuous forms of exercise, but there's definitely work going on. And it's good for your health. And it is also exercise. I'll just go to the side again. So you can do Qigong listening to music or watching television or talking to your friends. Certainly in the form that I've been taught, just to allow the Qi to do what it does and not to interfere with it. Just enjoy it and feel the benefits of it. I also want to say hello to, well, thank you for everyone who posted comments last time. I said I'd said hello to Esther and Aldo, who said they'd be doing this from home, but also it's nice to hear from Adrian, who we used to do a Qigong class here on Thursdays, and he was a regular. But hello to everybody. And somebody also asked for a link. I mentioned a series of videos by Master Lam, who's the teacher who Jayak and I go to. And he's done a really nice set of videos on Qigong, partly shot in London, but also partly shot in rural China. It's very beautiful. And he's interesting. So David's going to post that. He's posted that already. So if you want to check him out, then do check out the YouTube videos that he's done. And I also want to mention a few things coming up at the London Buddhist Centre. So we've got on Saturday morning, Surya Gupta and Garbhavati are doing a meditation morning, which I think will be really good. And we're doing morning regulars and beginners meditations, as you probably know. And next week there's a whole series of days leading up to Buddha Day, the main Buddhist festival, which will be Sunday week. So morning meditations will be led by Surya Gupta, who's our chair, and Jnanadaya, who's the previous chair. So very experienced teachers. And then every evening there'll be a talk on the Buddhas going forth. So you have Maitreya Bandhu, Subhadramati, Surya Gupta, Jnanadaya, and probably some others as well. But I think that will be, well, I know it will be a really good week. And then culminating in Buddha Day, which would be strange to celebrate Buddha Day remotely, so to speak, but I can imagine it could be a very, very joyful day too. So we'll just keep swinging the arms for a few more minutes. And if you want to, just raising the toes. You can also just raise the hand on the upswing if you want to do that as well. It's a little bit more energy. As I say, just do what you can. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to sit down, sit down. If you feel a bit faint, some people do, then just make sure you sit down or lie down. Have a glass of water. It's good to have a glass of warm water before, about 10-15 minutes before you do Qigong. Okay, good. So we can stop. Maybe just shake out a little bit. Okay, so we'll do the other warm-up. So feet together, hands just above the knees, and we're going to rotate the knees 30 times one way and then 30 times the other, roughly anyway. So you kind of look ahead a few feet. And we don't look at the feet. There's nothing interesting about the feet in this context. We're just keeping the neck nice and relaxed and rotating the knees. So it's a nice loosening up of the ankles, the knees, the hips. Okay, let's go the other way. So really relaxed, just really relaxed. Don't have to try too hard. Maybe just enjoy it if we can. Okay, good. And then feet hip width apart again, and the legs can be straight. I'm just going to just circle the hips, keeping the head fairly steady. If we do that, then the neck also gets a bit of a rotation. I think this is my favorite. It's quite nice doing this on a big retreat. You're seeing 100 odd people circling their hips in front of you. Okay, and we'll go the other way. I was saying on Tuesday, this is very good for my golf. Whenever I play golf, David plays golf better than I do. It's just nice. It's surprisingly, I don't know, it's effective. Just these simple warm-ups, just to allow the energy of the body just to move a bit more freely. And I hope you're kind of feeling the enjoyment of it as well. Okay. Just sort of very loose, shake out. And then we'll do the last warm-up, which is, so you imagine you're holding a ball of energy, and on the in-breath you raise it, and on the out-breath you trace the inside of a circle. So it's sort of doing it without any strain, It's not really a stretch. It's within our comfort zones. Just I'll do it from the side as well. And we do it in time with our own breathing. So do it at your own pace. It's a nice way just to calm down. I think, anyway. That's my experience. Didn't used to like doing this one too much at the beginning, but I quite like it now. Let's do 6 more. Okay. And then we'll come to a rest. So the right hand's just below the navel and the left hand on top. So it's a good place to come back to during the practice if you're feeling you need a rest, if it's getting too strong, or just too difficult, even too boring. You can just come back and put your hand just below your navel. So right hand first, left hand on top. This is something, I've done this, when I wasn't very well, just lying in bed and resting my hands like this it's a good way just to gather some energy. Okay, all right. And from here we'll go into Wu Qi. So Wu Qi is our starting position. So the hands come to the side. Just imagining, if you want, a little balloon underneath the armpit, so there's a little bit of space under the armpit. So the hands or the arms are coming out a little bit, but you want to be nice and relaxed. The fingers are slightly spread. Again, not tense, just a little bit of gap between the fingers. And then we're just sitting down a bit so that the knees are bent, and we don't want to be too far forward with the pelvis or the bum sticking out. We want to find somewhere in the middle, with a little sort of fold over the qua. I'm not quite sure what the qua is, but it's there, and we're folding over it. And then the hands just to the side. So just very natural. It's a natural standing position. So this is Wu Qi, sort of translates something like nothingness or infinite blue sky, infinite potential. And I was saying on Tuesday that in Wu Qi we're working on all of the organs. So in Qigong there's some different positions working with different organs, different elements. But Wu Qi works with them all. Oh yeah, I can catch myself looking down now. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Okay, good. So we can feel ourselves sort of grounded through the feet, and also connecting with the sky through the crown of the head. But mostly just trying to relax. And you may or may not feel energy. I can feel some energy in my shoulders and hands, but you might not. It takes time. Some people anyway. We're all different. So we're just contacting the chi now. We're contacting, and as we contact it, it just flows more strongly through the body. I don't know how that works, but it just seems to work. And again, as I said on Tuesday, my understanding is as the chi flows more strongly through the body, it starts to just work on blockages that we have. So emotional, physical blockages in the body, and starts to slowly loosen those, so that the chi, our energy, flows more smoothly. That we generate more energy, like the energy children have. So free flowing, smooth, physical, mental, emotional energy. Sometimes we can be aware more of the blockages than of the flow, and that's fine. That's what we're doing. That's good. And just remember, if you start to feel faint or weak at any point, just sit down or rest. Don't overexert. Just manage your own limits. But it's also good, if you can, just to hold it a little bit longer than you feel comfortable with. I've heard stories of Master Lam, our teacher, putting his students into positions and then going off, I don't know, to have a beer or read the paper and come back in 15, 20 minutes, and they're still holding their position. I guess he can do that. I might do it later. Okay. All right, and let's come up into the metal, the lung position, which again we did on Tuesday. So just bringing the arms up. So Jarkin also did it last week as well, so you might be familiar from his class. So, so the hands are facing the lungs, so just below shoulder level. Fingers slightly spread. Shoulders, just trying to relax the shoulders. You can imagine the hands supported by a strap that goes around the neck, if that works for you, or resting on pillows or cushions, or just so that they're kind of supported. And enough space between the hands for at least another hand to pass through. I'll just go to the side. And again, it takes, it can feel quite difficult, particularly the longer you hold it. It can really be quite painful. But it's just a question of doing qigong regularly, little and often, and building up resilience. And I guess we're also building up muscles we don't normally use. So if it starts to become painful, do come back to the position with the hands on the navel or below the navel. But if you can hold it a bit longer, then do that as well. So this is it's the first position in Jamjong. Jamjong means standing like a tree. So we're sort of tree-like. So it's nice to do Qigong with a tree. You can imagine a tree in front of you, or you can actually have a tree in front of you. If the sun's shining, it's good to have the sun at your back. And the energy is flowing around our bodies, but also interacting with the energy around us as well. So if you're doing Qigong with somebody, then you're kind of feeding off each other's energy as well, which is very nice. It's nice to do Qigong with other people. Okay, we'll hold it for just a little bit more. As I say, if it's become too much, maybe come back to Wu Qi or come back with the hands on the belly. And then when you've rested, just try again. So just slowly building up, slowly building up. So as I said, this is a lung position, so very good in these days to strengthen the lungs. I was talking about a friend who I did Qigong morning class with, whose name I'd forgotten, but it's Glenn, and he's an acupuncturist, and he was saying how this activates a lot of the meridians associated with the lungs. So if you're into Chinese medicine or acupuncture, you may know that. Okay. All right, that's probably enough. Let's come back down to hands on the belly. Maybe just shake out a little bit. You can maybe just shake the shoulders. And swing. We can swing the arms as well. So thumbs up, just to swing the arms from side to side, just to help relieve the tension. Okay. So we'll do the same again as we did on Tuesday. And then I'll introduce a variation after that. So again, coming up to the lung position. And then on the in-breath, spreading the arms. And then bringing the energy back in on the out-breath. So it's another lung exercise. And what we can do today is on the out breath, we can make a sort of hissing sound and just slow the arms coming back together. So on the in breath is normal, so I'll do that. So, and then we go. Just coming back to without making the noise. Feels quite nice to do that, just to expel some negative energy, if you've got any. Let's do 3 more and then take a break. Okay. So we come back to Wu Qi. And let's come into the wood position. So wood is, the hands are as if you're holding, well, the way Jarkin described it last week was as if you're holding a big Qi belly. But you could also be holding like a beach ball or something, just towards the bottom. So we're just holding that ball of Qi. So this is working on the liver. It's good for if you're inclined to anger, or you've had too much to drink the night before. Sometimes it's pretty good too, apparently. Just it's also a bit easier to hold than metal. So I like that. You can do Qigong with your eyes closed or open. It's normally recommended to do it with your eyes open. But it's okay to do it with your eyes closed. Sometimes I do it with my eyes closed. So we're not really moving at all, are we? Or, well, I'm moving a little bit. I can feel myself moving a bit, but there's plenty happening. That's one of the beauties of Qigong, I think. One of the mysteries too. So I'll show this from the side as well. So fingers relaxed, slightly spread. Just relaxing tension in the shoulder if we can, if it develops. Just breathing into it. taking a break if we need to take a break. Okay, I'll introduce a little bit of movement. So on the in-breath, coming up to about the heart. On the out-breath, just pushing. Actually, which way? Let's go out to here. Have a little kind of half a second pause at the top and at the bottom. Yeah, so in time with your own breathing. So don't necessarily do it as I do it as you, in time with your own breath. Let's do 3 more. Okay. Just shake out a little bit. I think what I'll do now is just show you what you can do on a chair. So yeah, David's going to bring a chair over. Yeah, it's quite a nice thing to do. You can do qigong even if you're feeling very tired or you don't particularly want to stand up. You can still move the chi. So that would involve just making sure the feet are firmly grounded on the floor. You can also do it to start with just with your legs crossed, just a little bit crossed. Either way is fine. And the hands just resting on your knees, just in the wood, really in the wood position. So just resting like this. So again, you could do it. You could do it at work, or you could do it on the train, or watching television, or whatever you're doing seated. If you fancy just activating your chi a little bit, it's a pretty good thing to do. If you feel a bit more strenuous, you can come into metal, just sitting down as well. So these are things that we can do just sitting. So it just takes the strain off standing a little bit. So we can do metal, we can do wood. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh yeah, just come back with the hands on the belly as well. And yeah, there's one other thing that has slipped my mind. Good. So that's. I was going to say you can also do it in bed. So if you're really not well, you can lie down with your hands on your belly, or you can even have your hands in metal as well. So just kind of play around with the qigong positions as and when you wish. Okay, we're coming back into Uchi for a minute, and we'll start to bring our practice to a close. We're just standing in Uchi for a little bit. So I hope you feel you can feel the benefit of having done about 14 minutes of qigong. As I say, like it's probably good just to do 5-10 minutes a day if you can do that. A little bit regular and often, and building it up is the way to go. And that's if you're starting qigong. But even if you're not starting qigong, actually, sometimes it's hard to find that time in the day. But it's definitely worth it for the future, if not for now. Yeah, and thank you for coming to the class. It's good for me to do the class with you, so I really appreciate that. Thank you for David for setting it up. And also the London Buddhist Centre for providing these things. Maybe it's a good time just to also to say that we do all of these classes for free, and that's the ethos, is that we want to be generous and provide things freely, but we also do appreciate anything that you can give as well, in terms of particularly money at this time, to help us to do what we're doing. So if you can donate something, then we'd very much appreciate it. I think David's going to post a link. Okay. It's always a bit awkward asking for money, but it has to be done. Okay, good. Okay, so let's close down the practice. So we just sort of breathe in, bring our hands up, and then left hand on top of the right, down to the chest, the upper dantian, and then down to the lower dantian. Breathing in again, left hand on top of the right, upper dantian, lower dantian, little pause. And then back down again. And then swimming the arms to the kidneys and just giving them a nice little rub. And then breathing in. Okay, and then this is the best bit, just rubbing the hands together, generating some heat. And massaging the neck. Be careful of the mic. Actually, also thank you to Master Lam as well, who's our teacher of Qigong anyway. Good. All right. Thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully see you next week. It'll be either Jayak or myself teaching. Okay, bye-bye.